Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. In today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit of origami folding to create these beautiful little corner tucks that you can use in your journals. On this one, I used some tissue paper that I did some faux rice paper making on it. So I made it a little bit thicker than the tissue paper itself. So that's one I made. This is another one I made, and this is with standard tissue paper. And I left this corner the way it was, added a little embellishment on it. They can be used for book pages, for your digital kits. This one I used using this digital kit, and I used it on very thin paper, my Walmart paper I printed it on. And I printed it on both sides, so when you folded it, then it was on both sides. And so look at how gorgeous that is on a corner of a page. Isn't that neat? So you can tuck something underneath there, or tuck something on the other side, or just have it as an embellishment. And this one I also used with my digital kit from Medieval Mirage. This is called Feast of Florals, and that's how that one came out. So they're fun to make, easy to make. They do take a little bit of time, and they take a little practice, let's say, because my first couple of ones did not turn out so well. But I have a couple of announcements. First is, do you remember when I did the little review of the papers? Let me bring you in a little bit here. Okay, I did the review of the papers. This was the Walmart paper. You guys remember all this, the Red River paper, and on and on. Now, somebody told me about koala paper, which is this paper right here. Let's see, who was that told me about the koala paper? I want to give her credit. Yeah, it was a gal by the name, or a person by the name of S. Payton. She told me about this paper. And so I had ordered it off of Amazon just to see if there was a difference between it and the Epson paper. So I want to show you, I printed exactly the same like I did before. This was my Epson one, and this was the koala paper. Now, the colors here are just as vibrant on both. The only difference is on the Epson paper, the brownish color in the background showed, like I said, the sepia brown color. This kind of shows a gray color. So this again was the koala paper. This is the Epson paper. Now there was a difference in price. So I think what I'm going to do is continue with my Epson paper. Epson came out to 14 cents per page. The koala was 17 cents per page. But again, the results are pretty similar. So I wanted to just share that little bit with you. And I also am going to, in the future, do a review on glue sticks, because I think that's important. I've had to try different glue sticks, and some work better than others. Now, let me do a few thank yous here. the people that bought my sister's cross stitching, thank you so much. Cindy in Arizona suggested that she do some journal toppers cross stitch. So she's working on Christmas right now, but then she's going to start doing that. So if you have suggestions of what you would like her to cross stitch, and I'm thinking maybe, fairly small. I said maybe the words journal. She could do names, because she's quick. So that's one thing. So if you're interested in journal toppers being cross-stitched, let me know what your suggestions are. I wanted to tell you, Carrie Carter, my other talented sister, she is a quilter. Thank you for your comment. Donna bought the Witch and the Snowman slow stitch. Pam at Pandora's Junk Journals, she bought the Canvas journal. Let's see, there was somebody else. Yeah, Stacy Ferris bought the Cauldron and the Merry Christmas cross stitch. So thanks so much for that. And another little announcement. I have added a membership or a Patreon to my YouTube channel. And so I just got a new camera set up too. So let me show you. Sorry for the wiggling. Okay, so for the membership, level 1 is $4.99 a month. You will receive an ephemera pack from me. If you sign up for level 2, it's $9.99. You will get the ephemera pack and a book page pack. Not a huge book page pack like what I sell in my Etsy store, but you'll get some nice book pages. And then level 3 is these two things, plus you will get your name entered into a drawing for a journal. And I will have that drawing once every 6 months. So that's another new announcement. Now, let's get started on this tutorial, which is why you guys come to my channel, on making these cute little corner tucks. These are origami corner tucks. So what you're going to do is you want a thin piece of paper. And I'm going to be making a journal real soon with Rachel's French Chateau kit. So I thought I would use some of that paper so that I would have a nice corner tuck for that journal. So I like that. So what you're going to need is a 6x6 piece of paper, or 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters. And then you can use this paper for scraps and what have you. So grab yourself a piece of 6x6 paper and follow along with me. I'm going to go slow so that you're able to do that. So what you want to do is first fold it in half one way. And with origami, you need to make sure that your creases are as even as possible. So that's your first fold. Just fold it in half. Then you're going to turn it the other way and fold it in half. So what you will have is basically a square, a square, a square, and a square. So fold it in half one way and fold it in half the other way. Then you're going to turn it over and you're going to fold it point to point. So we're going to bring it up to that point there. And fold it and crease it. And then you're going to fold it to the other point. So you have folded it in half each way and then into a triangle each way. And I'm really trying to make sure that this point is exact. Now I can already tell this is over a little bit, but I think it's going to be okay. You know what I might do is bring it up a little bit. I think that's what I needed to do. Bring it up to that point a little bit more. Okay, so you have that as a triangle. Now you're going to bring the bottom one up to the middle line and make a fold. So here was that middle line. You are going to bring this corner up to the center there. Then you're going to unfold it, and then you're going to fold it again to that center line. So remember, this was this center line. Unfold it. Then you're going to go to that center line where you're going to where you were before. Then you're going to unfold it, and you're going to do it one more time to that center line. So you've made a couple of folds. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this fold and you're going to bring it back. You're basically only Constantina folding your paper. So now I have brought that little corner back toward this way. And so then what I have found is if I turn my paper over, back and forth, it's easier. So we've done this little corner. I'm going to pick my paper up, turn it over, and then you're going to fold this back. So each line, previous line, is going to line up with the next line. So then you're going to turn it back, and then you can straighten it up a little bit. I can see it was off a tiny bit. Okay. So then you're going to go to your next line. So you turn it over, and I can see that this line is right there. And I'm going to try to get it as equal as possible. And then you turn it back the other way and fold it to the next line, which it should already be folded, because remember at the very beginning we folded some bigger lines. We're just making them smaller now. So now we've got it to there. Then I'm going to turn it over, and you see where I've got that fold line there? See real close? We are going to fold this back to that line. So it does give you a little bit of a guide. So I folded that back. We're going to turn it over, and then now we're where we need it to be. But we're going to fold it even smaller than this. And it does take a little bit of finagling, but you can do it. So you're going to take this tiny little bitty corner here, and you're going to bring it up with your fingers, and you're going to bring it to the edge right at that point. See how tiny that is? That is tiny, okay? So I've done that. Then you can open it up, turn it over, and then you're going to fold it this way. So I did the small one. Now we're going to fold it. I didn't really need to turn it, and we're just going to fold it to that next line. So you see you've got the one little line here, the one little fold there, that tiny little one. Then you got the next one, then you got the next one. And you already have a little line here, so you know when you turn it over, you're going to bring this up to that next line. So bring it up and fold it. Then turn it over. And we're going to do this another time. So then now this, we need to make sure that this line right here, this fold right there, is even with the previous one. They're tiny, tiny little folds. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going to turn it over. And again, that crease line is already there, but I just go ahead and fold it, turn it over and fold it so that I make sure I have it correctly. Then now we're going to fold this one. See where this line is right there? See that line right there? We're going to fold this edge to that edge. So then it makes a crease right in the middle there. So we're going to bring it up, meet it with that fold line, and then press it down. And you can see it's getting to be a concertina fold. So then as you fold this one over, you already have that one fold line. And I can see this is off a little bit, but I'm going to just leave it. Let's just see what happens. Then you're going to turn it over and you're going to bring this line up to the next one. They're just tiny, tiny little bitty folds. Okay. Then as you turn this, that fold was already there, but I'm just double creasing it just so that they're nice and crisp. Turn it back over, and now we're going to bring this fold up to the next line. Just back and forth, back and forth. And then when I turn this over, it's already folded. It's already creased. Okay. And then now we're going to go to the next one. And just use your fingers to press it down so that it's in the right spot. Then turn it over. We're going to meet this line up to this line right there. Okay, back. And then I believe we're done with that one because we're back to that original fold. Okay, so that's completely done. Let's do the other side and the same thing. So remember, we had folded it in half. Now we're going to fold this point, this corner, up to the next fold line, like that. Then you're going to bring this in and meet that fold line. Then the next one, again, you're going to bring it in and bring that point to that fold line. And then the very last one, bring it up to that fold line. So each time you're bringing it in a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, so now that we've done this one, you bring this corner back, this tiny little corner, and it's a fiddly thing to do, but it sure makes a pretty corner tuck. And sometimes I have to pick my paper up and bring it closer to me so I can actually kind of pull on it. There. Okay. So it's a little wonky, but let's just see what happens. Okay. So that corner is there. Turn it over, and you're going to fold this to that next line. Then back over, and you have your next fold line. And I'm going to really try to straighten this up. I think this needs to come that way a little bit. It does get a little bit easier once you get several fold lines in, because then they just kind of help with each other. Okay, let's turn this over, and now we're going to meet that up to the next one. So just bring it up, and you can use this edge as your area to where you want to stay even on that side. So then we're turning it over, and we're bringing this up to the next one. I hope you guys can see this, and I hope you can follow it. And turn it over and bring that up. It's this fold here where you're actually making a new line in between the previous line, the previous fold. Okay, now let's go here. Okay, I think I got them all. Let's just make sure if they look. No, I think I've got to do a few more because there's more over here. Let's keep going. I hadn't quite done enough. Oh yeah, because I've got to go up to this line. What a silly goose. Talking about being a silly goose. So somebody had bought a journal in my Etsy store. And I had a couple of journals for sale, and they were similar in the way they looked. They really were. One was the canvas one, and one was one in a box. Well, goofy me, I sent the canvas one instead of the one in the box. So this person that got it is such a good customer, and I feel like a friend now, that I told her, just keep it. Just keep it. You know, she's just a lovely person. Just keep that other journal. So she made out like a bandit on that one. Okay, I think we're pretty good there. I think they're even. Yeah. So then what you do is you turn it over, and you're going to bring one point up to the center. And if it's not even on both sides, you know you're going to need to do a little bit more folding, okay? It's a little bit difficult with pattern paper to see it, and that's why it's a little bit different. I think if you just had a solid color piece of paper, it would be easier. So then what you do, once you fold this up to that point, then you're going to bring both of these, and you're going to fold it this way. What I have found helps is do one side first. So you're going to hold all of your creases there. You're going to bend it up to where it meets halfway. So you just kind of have to push and push and push, okay? And you're bringing it up to this fold line. Let me just do that fold line so that you guys can see that, because then that brings it up to that corner. Okay, so what you're doing is you're bringing it up to where this fold line was, right there. So you bring it up and you have both of your sides and you really, really are pushing hard to bring those together. Then you're going to do the other side. So once again, you're going to bring up both those sides together and push them together. Now, sometimes they kind of get all goofy and wonky, but just keep playing with them. Looks like I needed another fold in there, but let's just keep going with what it is. So, yeah, I needed another fold in there. So you've got both of those folded up. Then what you're going to do is take this and fold it up that way. And when you do, you grab this underneath and bring it out. So again, you've got your fold on both sides. You're going to bring this up, and it's already been folded once when we were doing the folds at the very beginning. So it's a little bit easier, and you're going to grab the underneath and pull it out, and grab the underneath and pull it out. And that makes that little fan. So then we're going to do the same thing over here. You're going to bring it up corner to corner, point to point, bring it in. And as you bring it in, grab this bottom underneath and kind of pull it out. And so then there you have your little corner tuck. Now, remember where I said that it looked like it needed to be a couple of more folds? When you have a pattern paper, it really doesn't matter that much, because to me, that still looks pretty dang good. And it will match my journal. So then what you're going to do is you're going to glue that down so that it stays down when you have folded it. Just make sure you only put glue there and don't go into here, because this is going to be your pocket. So I only put glue on this one side right here. Then I bring it in. And then you just kind of press it down. Now, if you want to, let me show you here. There's a couple of things you can do. You can leave it just like it is and have it fit on your page like that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Oh, and then leave this like this. And I like that like that. Or what I did is on a couple of them, I brought this in here, but the paper is just so pretty. And remember, I had already kind of folded it. You can just bring that in and tuck that in like that. I think I'm going to do that on that one too, because I like it. Okay, so you've got your corner tuck on this side, and then you have it on this side too. And if you wanted to, you could just put a little dab of glue right there in that corner as you go to stick it on, and that would keep it from coming off and on. But isn't that great? I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope my instructions were good enough and you were able to follow along. If they weren't, just leave me a comment and say, you confused me, Juanette, do it again. Or I don't know what. But anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. You are fantastic. And I will see you guys again soon. Thanks and bye-bye.